Hey Gemini, how are you today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are doing a bit of a general reading, but I will be pulling some cards in regard to platonic connections as well. So family or friends, whatever wants to sort of come through with that. I am starting off this week with the inner child oracle. So they do have like an affirmation as well as a general sort of topic, so that's going to be aimed more toward you yourself. We do have the seventh seal lenormand this week, and I will also be using the earthbound oracle for when we do look at those platonic connections. Okay, so getting into it for you today, Gemini, like I said, starting with that inner child oracle. Okay, what's going on for Gemini? What does Gemini need to be aware of currently? Okay, so firstly, we have the inner voice there, Gemini. So really needing to listen to yourself and your intuition, following that little voice in the back of your head. It does say on the back, I connect with my inner self and stay true to me. So really, following your own system at the moment, really listening to your inner guidance systems to, let you know where to go next and whatnot, really trusting yourself a little bit more. I feel, Gemini, trusting your intuition. It's telling you these things for a reason. So I feel like for some of you, this is like, when you're interacting with others, your inner self is actually sort of providing some sort of dialogue, letting you know a little bit more about what's going on between you and these people around you, and to actually start trusting that. So if you are kind of just getting a bit of a vibe that you don't really like somebody and you're not sure why, I would just be sort of trusting that at the moment, connecting with your inner self, maybe even, doing some sort of activities that really do, build that faith with your intuition. So it's probably a really good time for you to be, doing meditations and that sort of thing, where you are sort of trying to get in touch with that inner voice and get it working for you, and really, I'm just sort of feeling that there's a specific activity here, Gemini, where you could actually be, I'm just trying to work out how to explain it. Like, not so much testing your intuition, but just giving yourself that sense of, trusting your intuition a little bit more. So I'm just getting this vibe of, doing something specifically to, you know, um, doing an activity where you specifically need to rely on, just whatever you feel is the right way to go. Like, kind of like that choose your own adventure book, but it's kind of like, go for a walk and just, instead of taking your normal route, instead of going where you think, oh, I'm going to go this way to get to a certain thing, having no set goal in mind, just sort of going, okay, oh, now I'm going to go left, and oh, yeah, cool. I might go right. That looks, that feels like the right direction to walk, rather than having like a set plan of, I'm going to walk this path and I'm going to, do that. So maybe just doing some little activities like that, just to sort of, start to test your intuition a little bit, and just be able to trust that intuitive. Okay, I feel like I should go left instead of right at the moment, and just little things like that. It doesn't actually have to achieve anything or anything like that. Just to, remind yourself to listen to that inner voice, because we do also see inner tangle here. All right, it does say, I am strong, fierce, capable, and free. So there is something sort of making you feel a bit wrapped up in something, entangled in something. So we'll have a bit of a look and see what that one's about with the Lenormand. I just want to ask specifically about that inner tangle card for Gemini. Yeah, so we do have the heart, and then the anchor there, Gemini. So, it's something to do with, love. Okay, there's something making you feel like you're a bit held down, held back, a bit stuck, in a bit of an entanglement at the moment when it comes to love. So I dare say that's giving me that vibe of, yeah, kind of weighed down, held back, like um, chained to something when it comes to love, that you can't sort of free yourself from that restraint, because we do see in that inner tangle card, he little bunny wrapped up in that rope there. So it really does sort of bring to mind that idea of restraint, as well as with that anchor. The anchor really, it can hold us steady, but it can also hold us down toward the bottom of the ocean, kind of vibe there. So there is something to do with love going on there for you, Gemini. And once again, with that inner voice coming through, really listening and trusting your inner voice, how to get out of that situation, how to move forward, how to release those chains that are sort of binding you with that. But we'll grab a specific advice card for that. Okay, so we have the animus there, which is the masculine. We don't normally genderize in the Lenormand here. Well, not on my channel anyway. But this is talking about, controlling your emotions and trying to think of things more objectively, and using your logic rather than, we do see that it is a heart-based issue there. So for some of you, that's definitely going to be like along the lines of, love, relationship, whereas for others of you, this is just something to do with something from your heart, that you're kind of feeling just stuck with that particular thing at this time. I feel like majority of you, I feel like that's to do with some sort of love connection, but especially with the masculine there as well. But we do sort of feel that with that masculine, it tells you to think about things logically rather than allowing yourself to get stuck in the emotion and stuck in that heart space. Controlling those emotions a little bit and coming from a more logical place when you're dealing with that situation, and that may actually help you see your way clear of that there. But we'll have a look at, is there anything else Gemini needs to be aware of at this time? Anything else Gemini needs to be aware of? Okay, and why does Gemini need to be aware of that? Okay, so I do see the reason that you need to be aware of this is the cross card. Okay, so that does talk about, the way to release these burdens. I'm clearly seeing that is linking back up to that anchor energy there. So this is those burdens that you've been carrying, that energy of stuck, of restraint that you have been sort of feeling a bit trapped in. This is all sort of part of, your destiny, and having faith that, this is happening for a reason, that you're kind of a bit restrained at the moment for a reason. And I feel like for a lot of you, the reason is to teach yourself how to rely on yourself, to release yourself from this tangle that you're finding yourself in there. We do see the ship first and foremost. Okay, so the ship is kind of, the pairing card to that anchor, whereas the anchor holds us down, holds us back. The ship gets us moving, starting to move forward. It can talk about traveling, and I do see that for some of you, that physical travel is going to help you release yourself from this situation. So even just a short distance, it may actually really help release you from this situation in some way. But with that ship energy, it really is just about starting that journey, and having faith that you are going to actually start a new adventure here. You're not being held back anymore, is kind of where we're feeling with that you are going to be able to release yourself from that restraint that you are feeling, especially too if we are, relying on our sense of logic there. and not allowing our emotions to sort of take control when it comes to that situation. You really will sort of start that movement with that ship energy. It's kind of like, you may feel currently like you're a bit stuck or in a bit of a tangle, but, the adventure's just beginning for you, Gemini. And we definitely are seeing some positive changes coming through from that. And that's why you are needing to have that faith that everything is working out the way that it is supposed to with this situation. It feels like you need to have this element of stuck energy in order to spur yourself into that movement and whatnot. We do also see the clover, okay, which is followed by the bouquet. All right, I know these cards don't pick up the best on the camera, so I'm sorry about that. But the clover there, it really does talk about, good fortune. With the ship and the clover, they both speak of good fortune. So we're definitely heading into a period of good fortune for you there, Gemini. So have faith that this period of, being in a bit of an entanglement is definitely, what is needed to sort of shift your energy and move you into this more fortunate period. And we do see there that you are able to sort of take some chances at the moment. Take a bit of a risk, take a gamble, especially on, I feel like that's especially for those of you where some physical travel may be necessary for you. All right, so I feel like for some of you, you may actually sort of be needing to take that weekend getaway for yourself to get yourself out of this sort of entanglement that you found yourself in there, and really give yourself some time to think this through clearly and where you want to go from here very sort of clearly. Because we do see the flowers as well. So that's really talking about, this giving to yourself, giving to, new opportunities, giving to chance. I'm going to grab one more just to clarify that one a little bit further. What in specific is that flowers in regard to for Gemini? Yeah, so once again, yourself, Gemini. We have the fox clarifying that. Pardon me. So the fox really is a very independent energy, okay? It's a very self-sufficient type of energy where it's looking out for your own survival, being quite smart and clever. So, we do see that with that masculine energy there, that is quite a smart, sort of clever energy as well. So especially with the fox. So we do sort of see you using your brain basically in when it comes to what situations you are going to give your energy, time, love to. What situations are you going to take a chance on giving to, and moving towards, like maybe physically moving towards a certain situation or person or that sort of thing. You really thinking it out very, very clearly, but also very, very independently, thinking about what is going to suit you best, not worrying about what's going to suit those around you the best. You may even have, with this energy, you may even have other people telling you, you can't do that, you shouldn't do that, that sort of thing. But, once again, with that inner voice card, connect with your inner self and staying true to yourself. Okay, so putting yourself first with that fox energy, being, telling people what they want to hear. Basically, it can be quite tricky. That fox energy can be a bit of a trickster sort of energy where you tell people what they want to hear rather than, the full truth of what's true to you. So it's following your own path, following your own voice, and really sticking to that, and going on ahead, having faith that things are going to happen the way that you need them to happen. Okay, so I feel like this is it's kind of very general kind of message there, but I think it's going to resonate with everyone slightly differently. So you know I'll just grab further advice for Gemini. Any further advice for our Geminis? Yeah, we're seeing the book there as well as the clouds. So that's kind of telling us as your further advice. The clouds is all about your thoughts. So once again, we're seeing this very thinking, logical stuff coming through for you at the moment, thinking things through clearly and from a very logical standpoint rather than emotive standpoint. We do also see the book there. So the book does talk about jumping on into those next chapters for yourself, starting those new adventures for yourself, but also important for you to be researching things. So once again, that mind factor, researching things, thinking about things very clearly, doing the due diligence of thinking through all the potential possibilities so as your extra advice, it's just sort of telling you think things through pretty clearly and research anything that you're not sure about. Do your research and if you don't know that thing, learn that thing so you can move forward. Educate yourself is what I'm trying to say there. Move forward in a very logical, objective manner rather than an emotive manner. Okay, but we'll have a look at platonic connections for you. Okay, Gemini, what's going on for our Geminis with platonic connections? Family and friend connections for our Geminis. Okay, so can I just clarify that third card, please? Clarify that third card, please. Okay, so Gemini, we are seeing the home card first and foremost. All right, so you can see the turtle there with the bird's nests on its back. But home, so I do feel for a lot of you, we are looking at, someone within the family unit here. And I do feel that we're talking about someone in particular here because, we do also have the Terra card, so the earth related cards. So this person may be an earth sign or have strong earth placements. There may be something to do with, the earth that your home is on, like gardening, that kind of thing. Anything earth sort of related here with this person. They may be someone who likes to garden, spend a lot of time outdoors, those sorts of things. But I do feel for a lot of you, it's probably referring to somebody with an earth placement. So what's that? That's Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So they may have a strong placement in one of those. But they are also, it's someone from your foundation. We see the tower there. So it's somebody from, the foundation of who you are, someone that helped make you who you are or was there with you as you learnt who you are. So once again, it's really giving me that vibe of family, so someone from your the past and I feel like the present as well, but there's actually some wish coming in connected to that relationship. Okay, so we have the star card there, and that really does talk about wishes being fulfilled, all your desires being coming true when it comes to this particular person. Once again, I do feel as though this is a particular person. I do feel for a lot of you, this is the person is actually presenting this wish fulfillment to you in some way. They may actually have an answer for you about a specific wish that you have or a desire that you have, and this person has got some really great advice or an answer on how to have that wish fulfilled for yourself there. For some of you, it may be more to do with the connection with that person, and you have a specific desire that you want this connection to be more like this or more like that. And that's happening. All right. We do see here with the Sun card as well, the Soul card in this deck, which is the Sun card. So that could talk about a Leo as well, but I do really feel that this is just talking about things coming to light. Okay, so things coming to light from this person or with this person or somehow connected to this person within your family group there. You know, I do feel it's probably family, like rather than, you know, connected family nowadays, you know, so we do consider people family when we're adults that may not be blood sort of related or may not be like people that we grew up with type of thing. But this person, I do feel as though they're probably someone that you did sort of grow up with, or you know, so it's a closer family relation there, that you spent maybe a lot of time with in your childhood. That kind of energy is coming through there, but they may be revealing something to you about a wish or a desire that you have. And, you know, also with that Tower card there, you may be spending a bit of, you know, so it can be a card of solitude as well. So you may be spending some time in solitude with this person. So you and this person may be spending some quiet time together as well. But there really is a desire, having hope and optimism that this connection can be what you want it to be, because I really feel as though it's getting revealed to you that, yeah, it is, you know, for some reason there we are seeing that there is a wish or desire being fulfilled through or with this person. Pardon me again, sorry, I have started getting a cough in the last few days, which is totally weird considering the weather here. It's been hot as, but that's what we have for you today, Gemini. You're more than welcome to check your other placements. But yeah, like I said, it's a bit of a there's not really any clear story jumping out at me today, Gemini, but so it may feel a little bit general to some of you, but like I said, I do feel as though, you know, if that resonates for you, you're going to know exactly what that is specifically for you. So but like I said, you're more than welcome to check your other placements, but drop me a comment and let me know what that all means for you personally, because, you know, sometimes when I'm doing readings, I may not be able to work out exactly what's going on for you, but, you know, then when you see the other pieces joined into the story, it makes perfect sense. All right. So sometimes those, you know, I do follow Tyler Tarot, and sometimes when he says he's not connecting to a reading, that's the most accurate ones. So I kind of do feel that a lot of the time when I'm not really connecting to a reading, I do feel as though, you know, it's going to connect for the person that it's supposed to. So drop me a comment and let me know how that connects for you. All right, but that's what we have for you. So hopefully I'll see you all again soon.